What's up, everybody? It's the Wife School Podcast. Your girl, Stephanie T. Oh, why do we want a bad boy?
You can bank on it. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I say, they call me bank on it. Cause I walk around with a bank on me. Show them Gangnam style.
We like what we like, ladies. The bad boy. What do we fall for? The bad boy. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? He may look good, he may smell good, present well, he may be emotionally unavailable, but yet it's something about him. It's something about him that makes you want to work harder to prove that he needs to direct his attention towards you. Why? When he doesn't even like you, when he's using you, he doesn't care. But it's something within inside of us that is deficient and it feels familiar, and we want to rein it in. We want to prove to this person that, hey, I am a good person. I'm a good fit. I can change. I can change you. Let me help you. But yet that person is showing you who they truly are. And we don't see it. Happened to me. And because they're so exciting and, like we say, subconsciously familiar because of a situation that occurred in our youth, in our childhood. And when I look back at my childhood and certain interactions I have with parents or relatives or friends, it's like, wow, it really does correlate to your attachment styles. Or are you avoiding, are you anxious about a person leaving you because you've been abandoned, so like you want to do everything to keep them there because you've been abandoned when you're a kid. It's very amazing when we can really pick up literature, we can read articles, we can click on YouTube videos to see and analyze ourselves. Like, why do I find myself in these similar situations? Why do I keep picking the same type of man, but it's a different man? It's the same type of man, but a different name, you know? And it's like, wow, when you sit back and you have to really sit back and do that work, because more than likely you'll pick the same man next time. But I believe, being aware of those things does help you and give you a better guide, a better vetting process, and puts boundaries in place for yourself to really protect yourself as you're navigating through dating or meeting people, um, and just asking the question, like, do you want a bad boy? Right? We done seen bad boy records. All right. They told you who they are in their name. That's why people have names. You can have a gentle name, you know. What is it called? Mr. Clean, he's cleaning things. Bad boy records. Well, they're gonna be bad boys. They told you. and I think after seeing the videos and the footage of the running in the hotel and throwing of items to Cassie, and you know you know using force while she's on the floor, gives should give you women a new light into knowing that money isn't everything. um Seeing how a person's character and how they move and how they think is everything. That's the most important part. Don't get blinded. Don't get sideswiped. Don't let these types of behaviors hide in the blind spots because he may have said a certain, phrase that he uses with everyone. You're not the only one. He flashed his money on you. Yeah, it feels nice. Feels nice to get that purse. Feels nice to be in a really nice sporty car. But what's, the intentions? What's the mindset behind it? Is this a gentleman with money, or is this a bad boy with money? And money is just a tool. Money is just it's a tool. People need money to survive. People are smart and savvy with money. People are good with money. But if you're, as I said, if you're a gentleman and you get money, you'll be even more of a gentleman. You'll be even more of a generous person. But if you're a bad boy, if you're an a-hole, you're going to be more of a bad boy, more of a hole, and entitled with your money. And it's up to us ladies, to know how to decipher all that, know how to say certain things, have questions in a certain way, and observe body language on issues around money and character. Make them tell on themselves. All right, that's how we do. We gotta be intentional in dating. We have to be intentional with who we are going to be laying next to for the rest of our lives, and even for one night, because that's where a lot of people get caught up. Them one nighters, will hit and runs. And a lot of people get stuck there because they don't even do the due diligence. They should have never entertained the person. Should have just kept it on a conversation, and that was it. But we let those certain people bypass our firewall, bypass our guard, and then we end up in a situation we can't get out of, or you know, we got more than we bargained for. So it's just very, very interesting. Like, you truly, do you truly want a bad boy? Do we truly? I don't know if I can really get this in there. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. It says, let's read the definition of a bad boy and see if we want to, if we still gonna seek out bad boys. Okay. Bad boy, a guy who has had bad things happen to him in his life. He drinks, smokes, steals, is gang affiliated. Now, I don't think maybe Homeboy was gang affiliated, but you do have a lot of associations. You do have connection with other corporations. You do have connection with other people. So, in a sense, they are deeply affiliated with people behind the scenes, right? Also, it says he's absolutely gorgeous and a player, and I think that's where us women, we get stuck sometimes because we want to get that curated guy. We want to roll with that man that matches our fly, that looks dope. Like when you look at him, you're like, oh, you're melting like butter. you know, oh my God, those packs, baby. Like that's what we want. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying a person is attractive or a handsome person, but is that what you need? And we get stuck. We get stuck there. We get stuck at the looks. But when the rubber meets the road, underneath the looks, He ain't there. He's not consistent. He can't help you pay the bill, or when you need some advice, or if you need if you know a backup plan, like, hey, can you just help me out, or if I need help moving, or something simple like, hey, can I borrow $5? Just small stuff. It don't have to, and even if it is big stuff, you know, how is he solving those problems? Can't even solve his own problems, let alone yours, because you were so busy focusing on the looks. He has no skill set. He's lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy how we get here. It also says he says all the right things to get some from you. Yes. And those words do sound sweet to the ear, and it sends a tingle down the spine, if you catch what I'm saying. But at this point in time, we cannot be fooled in that way. Yes, attraction and chemistry is important, but why are we here? What are we doing this for? Are we in a relationship? Are we moving forward? What's our plan? What's our goal? Can you lead a family? Can you, those are the important things. The way he touches you, he plays with your head and your feelings, but you love the way he makes you feel. The way he touches you, just a simple brush of your hand sends shocks through your body. See how sexually charged this is? Our flesh. We got to get beyond it. This is the most easiest thing to give away, the hardest thing to get back. It's the most precious thing to give away and the most hardest thing to retract. Because once you go down that road, like I said, there ain't no coming back from you for you. How he perceives you, what zone he puts you in. Are you wifey material? Do he just want to have you in rotation with other females? And you know what I'm saying? It's like always giving you that feeling, but never emotional availability. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. But yet, we all have have gone this way before, and it doesn't feel good. And neither should you subjugate yourself to that. A man that respects you shows you respect outside of sex, outside of the bedroom. All right. When you guys peck, it quickly turns into making out. Okay. You can't control yourself when you're around him. He's an addicting drug. He's bad for you, but you can't let him go. Wow. He's bad for you, but you can't let him go. Once you spiritually, sexually bond with that person, there is a spiritual transaction that happens. Yeah, whether you believe it or not, you do bond with that person. And even though you know in your heart of heart that they're not good for you, you keep going back. You keep staying. Why? Because you commit. You've opened a spiritual connection. So it's beyond the physical. So if it was physical, like we go to a food chain, right? If we get food poisoning one time, we're never going back. You know, if we shop at a clothing store and all the clothes just fell apart, I'm never buying that brand again because we're not spiritually connected to it. We want to remain We try to say, "Oh, this is just transactional," but we know it's more deeper than that. Otherwise, we would have identified all the bad characters and said, I'm done. Throw my hands up. This is bad for me. I cannot continue to do this. But yet, craving that bad boy energy, I advise you ladies that you don't want a bad boy. Words mean everything. I believe in the Bible and it says life and death is in the power of the tongue. So just saying bad boy, I don't even like saying that or mentioning anything bad to my children. I don't like to say, oh, you're a bad boy. He said, was I a bad boy? No, I just say you just was misbehaving. I try to curate the words in a way because words are very powerful. I don't want to be associated with a bad boy. Bad boy for life. No, not for life, boo. We, we got to turn that around. So, do you really want a bad boy? I don't think so. We want the good guy. What about that? The good, not a boy, the good man. The good man, the consistent man, the honorable man, the man that works, that puts in the time, that puts in the effort, that's available to love you. If when you start to understand human nature, you'll start to see more clearly. You'll start to see more clearly. And then you can start being on a better path and having more success in your life, whether that's in business, a relationship with your children, with your family, endeavors. The more you know, the more informed you are, you can navigate way better. So I encourage you, no bad boys, all right? Erase that from your vocabulary, erase that from your preference, and let's start focusing on the good. All right? The good man. Peace out, guys. Please like, please share, and subscribe to the Wife School podcast, where we believe that you're a wife before you get married. And have a blessed day. Peace.